So welcome to the Health Chat on stress and energy. This was not intended to be a very heavy topic, but the more I was researching stress and energy, the more it came down to adrenal gland health. So many different things are impacted by the adrenals, and we're just going to go over some of the highlights here, but a lot of it is going to be focusing around adrenal glands. And one thing that's really impacted me as I was researching this is the effect of malnutrition or just not getting enough of the right nutrients, the effect that that can have on the adrenal glands. So let's get started right into this. And we're just going to first go over a little bit about how stress affects the body. So stress, we often will say stress kills. Stress is a silent killer, and it will definitely impact your cognitive function. It impacts your heart health, your skin, digestion. It impacts that, joint and muscles, immune system, reproductive system. Stress impacts all those different areas. When you are under stress, your adrenal gland will kick out catecholamines, and so it's like dopamine, norepinephrine. Mainly epinephrine, that used to be called adrenaline. So that's one thing that we're very familiar with. So adrenaline is kicked out, and it's going to increase your heart rate. Your liver converts glycogen to glucose, so your blood sugar might go up. Your digestive system is going to slow down. You can't digest your food very well. Your blood pressure is going to go up because everything's tightening up. And you have dilation of your bronchioles. And so all these different things are going to be happening when you are under stress. The other thing is your adrenal glands will kick out adrenaline or epinephrine. They'll kick that out when you're under stress. But then if you stay under stress, if you have high stress, then cortisol is also going to be kicked out. And that's very damaging to your system. Now, when you're under high stress, your body's going to be having cortisol coursing through it too much. And when you are sleeping, then your adrenal glands kick out cortisone, and that's supposed to be the healing hormone that you make when you're sleeping. And if you're not getting long periods of deep rest or deep sleep, then you're not making enough cortisone either. One of the other dangers about having high cortisol levels or being under stress too much or having too much stress in your life is, especially for females, your ovaries or your body is producing your progesterone. And if you are under stress, your body is going to take that progesterone that you need to balance out your hormones and for so many other reasons. It's going to take that progesterone and it's going to use it for cortisol instead. So being under a state of stress too long can put you into an estrogen dominant situation. So all of these symptoms can be there if you have estrogen dominance. Now, interestingly enough, those also coincide a lot with the symptoms of adrenal fatigue. So you might have adrenal fatigue if you feel tired, if you have these energy crashes where your energy you might have a spike of energy and it just crashes. And that's happening because your adrenal glands are supposed to kick out hormones to keep your blood sugar level. But if you have been eating too many simple carbs, for instance, and having a lot of times where your blood sugar spikes up, and then the adrenal glands have to try to monitor it to keep it from crashing down again. After a while, your body's going to say, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. You're not giving us the right stuff, and you keep giving it this high sugar high, and then they can't prevent the crash anymore. So then you're going to have these crashes, and hypoglycemia is part of that. You have an afternoon crash. And then you're going to need caffeine and sugar and simple carbs to help yourself keep going. So very important how you feed your body. That's going to be one of the big messages from this on this health chat. If you have lightheadedness, racing mind at bedtime, you're waking up in the middle of the night, low blood sugar, which I just explained, craving carbs or salty foods, anxiety, waking, brain fog, joint pain, constant stress, not able to manage stress very well, your stress response is weak, you have hair loss or depression. So, that could, right there, that list of symptoms, unfortunately, might describe a lot of people. So are your adrenal glands exhausted? Located at the top of each kidney, the adrenal glands produce hormones that help the body burn fat, utilize protein, regulate blood pressure, control blood sugar, handle stress, and produce essential hormones for emotional wellness. So what causes adrenal fatigue? All of these things can contribute to adrenal fatigue. However, some of the ones that we can really eliminate easiest are things like sugar and white flour, poor eating habits, caffeine, too little or too much exercise, and even repeated stress, knowing when to step out of a situation or seeing if you can change a situation. There's a lot of things that we can control that can help to support healthier adrenal function. So this looks like a complicated slide, but I just wanted to really quickly point out how important diet is. So norepinephrine is always being released slowly into your system. It's not the same as epinephrine, which is adrenaline. So this is norepinephrine, which helps for focus. Serotonin is like the happy hormone, and dopamine helps for alertness. So those are important hormones to have in the right amounts in your body all the time. So your body requires several vitamins and minerals to create dopamine. Those include iron and some of the B vitamins. But if your body is deficient in one or more of those nutrients, you're going to have trouble making dopamine. If you're low in vitamin C, you can't convert dopamine into norepinephrine. If you're low in protein, you can't make any of these hormones. So you literally are what you eat. So again, very important to get enough protein, to get the right amount of exercise, avoid stress, get some massage, listen to relaxing music. And then we're going to be talking a little bit more about the Bs, ashwagandha, green tea, omegas, and good fats. So these are all very important just to help you have the proper balance. Nutritional deficiencies are always involved with adrenal fatigue, and that's going to make you feel stressed and tired. Inadequate nutrient intake. 99% of American adults fail to meet the food pyramid dietary guidelines. So 100% of people were not getting enough protein, calcium, iron, vitamin A, C, various B vitamins, magnesium. And that was a report from a report that surveyed over 21,500 people, and none of them were getting enough of these things. So we can't really build a healthy body if we're not giving the nutrients that it needs to function. So if you're not getting enough of those nutrients, then a lot of people will turn to various stimulants. They're going to turn to energy drinks, a sugar fix, energy pills, coffee. The problem with that, though, is things like caffeine are a stimulant. It doesn't feed and it doesn't address the cause. It's going to force the body to work, but you're basically beating a tired horse. You're making it work, but you're not feeding it or fueling it. So it's going to make the problem worse. Now, health is very comprehensive. I'm not going to sit here and just saying, eat some vegetables and take a pill and it'll fix everything. Totally not. It's definitely a comprehensive thing. So wellness is all about, first of all, the physical, what's happening in the world, and what is happening in your world. So what's going on in your environment that's causing stress on you or your body? Can you change things? And are you supporting your body properly so it can work? Are you giving the right kind of fuel? So those are kind of more the physical things. Emotional is how you're viewing your world. Cognitive, how are you interpreting things? And so sometimes with stress, we can actually learn how to view things differently, learn how to interpret a situation differently so we can respond differently. And that's very important as well, to learn those coping skills when you're dealing with emotional stress. And there's also the spiritual aspect of wellness. So are you taking the world on your own, or do you take time to refresh and pray and have a mental break? And this is often neglected, but it's a really big part of overall wellness as well. So the adrenal wellness diet, we're going to spend a little bit of time here on this slide. Number one, very important, swear off excess sweets or all, swear off all sweets and alcohol. The highs and lows from eating too much sugar, especially sodas, pop, high carb foods or simple carbs, fruit juices, alcohol, it will exhaust your sugar controlling adrenal glands. Okay, because again, I mentioned earlier about how if you're eating a lot of simple carbs or sugars, it's going to make your blood sugar spike, and then your adrenal glands have to try and balance that out again, and they're going to get exhausted. Avoid inflammatory foods. Wheat, dairy, and refined sugar often make a person feel tired and sore. So the message is just eat real food, complex carbs, vegetables and fruits, and healthy proteins, healthy fats. Cut out excess caffeine. Caffeine amplifies symptoms of low blood sugar. So there's a lot of safe natural supports, and we'll talk about them. Eat more protein. Protein-rich foods include meat, chicken, fish, eggs, cheese, beans, nuts. There's a lot of great plant-based sources as well, and that will help stabilize your blood sugar levels, and it really helps fuel or feed a healthy adrenal gland. So we'll talk more about that. Eat a little and often. So grazing is very good for your adrenal gland. You want to give it a constant supply of what it needs. So 5 or even 6 small, higher protein, low carb meals a day are best, and make sure you have plenty of vegetables with that as well. Drink more water with your electrolytes. So not Gatorade or anything, make sure it's a healthy electrolyte option. So something like our Hydrate Plus or the low carb hydrate. They help your adrenal glands regulate blood volume and blood pressure. And make sure you're getting enough water. So the goal is 1/2 an ounce per pound of body weight. If you're not getting enough water, then you're also going to be feeling more fatigued. So a big key to overcoming adrenal fatigue is taking the right supplements. Start by eating the right foods. And I know some people say, I'm going to try and do the best I can just with diet alone. And I'm going to say that I did try that approach. Probably it was over 20 years ago. I had a lot of health issues. I cut out all the foods that I knew I could not handle. I was juicing. I was doing all kinds of the right things, but it just wasn't getting me to the point that I needed to be at. So, and it's very hard to get all the nutrients that we need from our diet alone, especially because the vegetables and fruits don't have the same nutrient content that they used to have. So what are the important adrenal supporting nutrients that you're going to want to add to your program along with a healthy, balanced diet? Protein, B complex, zinc, vitamin C, and then also additional vitamin D and fish oils are very important. Or you can also add GLA, which is better for hormones. So we're going to talk a little bit more about those. So just remember though, you can't just take a multiple vitamin and maybe one B complex or something and hope to have miraculous results. It takes 6 to 7 times the normal amount of nutrition to build and repair than to maintain. So you can't be challenging your body. The more you challenge your body, the more you have to offset it with taking more and more supplements to just offset the damage that you're doing through eating the wrong foods. So start with that foundation of getting rid of the things that are challenging your body unnecessarily, fuel it with all kinds of the right foods, and then give it the extra support that it needs. So keep your adrenals humming with optimal protein, B, zinc, vitamin C, lots of sleep, no simple carbs or stimulants, and then we're going to talk about the stress relief as well. So first of all, just to unpack a little bit more here about the protein. This is an essential building block for every cell, hormone, enzyme, and antibody. When you eat protein, it's broken down into 20 amino acids that are the body's basic building block for growth and energy. And the amino acid tryptophan influences mood by producing serotonin, which is that happy hormone, and it can reduce the symptoms of depression and anxiety. So we're really going to go into some of the main nutrients and main things that are needed for building a healthy adrenal gland. And one of the things that I really emphasize here is how much the body needs that for it to actually function properly. So there are complete versus incomplete proteins. Some people are like, oh, I eat tons of protein in my diet. But I always say to them, okay, but are you getting all the amino acids? And that's not something we always think about. So complete proteins contain all 9 of the essential amino acids. Incomplete proteins do not. So complete proteins are typically more animal-based, and soy is the only known plant-based complete protein. And then there's incomplete proteins, which are the plant-based ones. Now you can combine them to make complete proteins, but you have to combine them in the same meal, and grains and with legumes and vegetables, or nuts and seeds with vegetables and legumes. So you have to get pretty good at food combining to get your complete protein if you're doing strictly plant-based diet. Now, what are these amino acids that I'm talking about? There's 9 essential amino acids. Your body needs to have those ingested through your food. And when it has all of them, so you're taking in this protein, you digest it, the body breaks apart the protein and searches for those building blocks, for those amino acids. When it has the 9, it'll actually it can form a chain. It can form a complete chain and make the other 13 non-essentials. With that chain, your body's going to make all your healthy hormones, cells, antibodies, digestive enzymes, bones, muscles. it's going to make everything. That's your raw material to build everything. Now, if you're missing one essential amino acid, then your body cannot properly make all of those that day. So it's not like you're gonna, lose an arm or something just because you didn't get all your protein. It doesn't work like that. But your body's gonna steadily work less optimally. So how much protein do we need on a daily basis? Typically for about a 150 pound person, I say about 90 grams, but if you're under stress, you need more. If you're really active, you need more. If you're pregnant, your needs almost double. So I say to people 80, 90, 100 grams typically. But again, remember, if you are more active, then you definitely need more. So there's a lot of great foods that we can eat that have protein in them. I don't know if you would eat all of these different foods. Some people prefer strictly plant-based. But here's an example of getting enough protein in a day. So this is 76 grams of protein, which is almost enough for a 100-pound woman. But it also has 1,125 calories, 63 grams of fat, and 660 milligrams of cholesterol. So we have to be careful if we're going to be having a higher protein diet. Also, we want to watch the choices that we're using to get, or the food choices that we're using to get that protein. One of my favorites, I absolutely love this one. This is a shake that has all of the complete amino acids in it. And it is more economical to use this than it is to try and get all of your protein from the animal-based proteins. So one serving is around 350 or 360, and you can't really get a chicken breast for much less than that. It's usually quite a bit more. So 20 grams of protein, and has 6 grams of fiber. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, low glycemic, so it's great for people with blood sugar issues, non-GMO, cholesterol-free, 24 vitamins and minerals, and it's very easy to digest. So I really love using this every day, and I love this as a base. And the other thing I really like about it is that it helps your body heal. So it has leucine in it, and leucine is known to help your body heal, and it also helps it to hold on to lean muscle. So it's an excellent thing to add to your foundational program every day. It supports immunity, helps balance blood sugar, promotes heart health, healthy cholesterol levels, breast and prostate health. It sustains your energy, supports healthy hormones, and it's the raw material again for all your cells, enzymes, hormones, and antibodies. Now, one of the things I really want to mention here, I often talk about, what are beyond the label differences with this brand. So you're going to see that I'm referring here to the Shaklee brand, and that's for a reason, because there's so many different brands on the market that I can't really trust their quality. I've called their companies and I've asked them, how do you assure me that it's not going to be contaminated, that what's on the label is actually going to be in the bottle, that it's going to be actually absorbed? How do you guarantee, purity and potency? And so a lot of people do not give great answers to that. But this company, across the board, they actually went 3 times above what they needed to do. So they didn't just hit the mark with what they need to do regarding quality. They actually do more than 3 times what they have to do just to ensure that it's a beyond organic quality. So one of the beyond the label differences with this shake, which is different than anything else on the market with its clean label and its incredible taste, is that some soy proteins are processed, or they're alcohol washed. And when they're alcohol washed, that removes the beneficial isoflavones, but it also creates a cross-contamination with the chemicals used to process it. So that's not something you're going to see on the label. But Shaklee protein is water washed. It's a more expensive process, but they do that to retain the critical isoflavones that actually give the benefits of anti-cancer, hormone balancing, and help for bone density. And it provides you the whole goodness of soy. So there's a difference there that is, again, beyond the label. So that's the protein. Now we're going to talk a bit about the B vitamins. Extremely important for energy and for helping you deal with stress. They help increase energy, enhance mood, improve memory, helps form red blood cells, stimulates the immune system, boosts your skin and hair health. It actually helps you, the B vitamins help you pull the energy from your food. It helps you break down protein, carbs, and fats. So B vitamins are very, very important to make sure you have optimal amounts. Now you can go out and take a B50 or a super B or an isolated B, just a B12, but I never recommend that. I always say to people, you want to be very careful with, especially the B vitamins, that you're taking in harmony with nature. So Shackley is very aware of this. Dr. Shackley, that was his mission, to make sure everything stayed in harmony with nature with the best of science. And so he looked at, or Shackley looked at B vitamins, and they looked not at how is it found in food. They looked at how does the body absorb it the best. So they said, okay, they studied B vitamins and the bowel and how is it all absorbed. And they found this perfect ratio where none of the Bs interfered with each other and they had the best absorption. If you take too much of one B, you can block absorption of another. If you take only B12, you're ignoring the 7 other Bs that need to be there in the family. So the Bs are best taken as a complex, all 8 in the family together, and taken in a specific ratio for best absorption. Zinc is another very important one for healing, very important for energy, but it's such a small little mineral. And so some people say, why bother with zinc, which is a small little thing. Well, here's 2 chickens that were fed identical diets, but the second chicken did not receive zinc. So there's quite a difference there. So what does that zinc have to do with anything? Well, if you don't have enough zinc, that's over 200 enzyme reactions that cannot happen. You're gonna have a weaker immune response. You are likely to have acne issues, and you're gonna have fatigue. So it's just one mineral, but if you don't have enough, it's a big deal. So look on your nails, and if you have white spots in your nails, then you're probably going to want to take some extra zinc. Vitamin C, this is a really, really interesting one because a lot of people just equate vitamin C with immunity, but it has an awful lot to do with brain health. In fact, the highest concentration of vitamin C in your body is in your brain. It is so necessary for cognitive function. It's needed to convert dopamine to norepinephrine and serotonin. It's involved in energy production in the cells. Low levels of it can cause depression, fatigue, and slow wound healing. So it's very important to have optimal levels of this. But what is optimal? They don't really know what the optimal amount is for people. All I know is that you'd have a hard time taking too much of it. It is water soluble, so your body will excrete what it does not need. But definitely what they have listed as the RDI is far too low. And some scientists are recognizing that the human body needs far more than the minimal amount. So again, but how much? They don't really know. Adrenal boosting herbs, nature's medicine. So we're going to talk a little bit here about certain therapeutic things to help your body adapt to stress and to help it help support it with more energy. So ashwagandha is very well known to help with balancing the negative effects of stress. Cordyceps mushrooms and Panax ginseng. So first of all, talking about the stress relief, I absolutely love this one. So when I went through a lot of stressful times in my life, I would sometimes take 3 of these a day, and just within 20 minutes, it just helps you feel decompressed and just takes the edge off. And what I wasn't aware of at the time is that it actually also protects your body from the negative impact of cortisol overload. So if you have a lot of cortisol in your body, it's going to increase your craving for sweets and carbs. It's going to break down your muscle, so you're going to have less muscle tone, and it's going to increase your abdominal fat storage. So those are some things that we don't really want anyways. But it really does promote a feeling of calmness and relief from tension without the drowsiness. So it helps you feel alert, changes your mind from being wired and stressed to being calm and focused. But the most important thing there is that it protects your body from the negative effects of cortisol. Another really helpful thing to add to your program is core energy. So this helps you sustain your energy and vitality through the day. It has a blend of cordyceps mushrooms, Panax ginseng, and green tea. And this is really helpful for healing the adrenal glands. So again, this is something that you might want to add to your program if you're feeling like your adrenal glands are extremely fatigued. Energizing tea is a great way to kick that coffee habit. This is a blend of red, white, matcha, and green teas. It has a lot of polyphenols, a lot of antioxidants, help your body, protect your body from toxins. And it really does give you a little kick in the pants of energy when you need it. So this is a helpful, healthy way to give your body a little bit of extra energy when you need it. So a few additional tips. Get adequate sleep. Now, this is going to be hard for some people who, if their adrenal gland is just completely out of whack, they're going to have a really hard time even falling asleep. But when you sleep, your body heals and detoxifies. And it's very important to get enough sleep, because if you're tired, you're going to be craving simple carbs, and which is going to give more work for your tired adrenals. So no, I always suggest that people try to eliminate screen time, no screen time before bed. Try reading instead. Healthy eating is very important. Liver detox is very important here as well, because if your liver is clean, it can make more of your sleep hormones. Fill those nutrient gaps. And one of the tips that has been very helpful for a lot of people to help them get longer periods of deep sleep is to take 2 Recover Complex before bed. That's been really helpful for a lot of people. And then also Vital Mag. So that's a magnesium complex, and that helps your body just calm down and relax as well. And if you have restless leg, then Vital Mag is also very helpful for that. So another tip is just exercise daily. It's going to help you sleep better, digest food better, balance your blood sugar, relieve stress. But one of the biggest things about exercise is it will reduce feelings of depression and anxiety. It actually helps produce serotonin and those happy hormones. And I definitely have to say that since the gyms have been closed and the amount of exercise and activity that I personally have been doing, I could really notice a difference in just overall mood. And so getting moving is extremely important. Find activities that you enjoy and do them daily, even if it's 30 minutes of walking. It does really great things for your health and your overall hormonal balance. So in the very beginning, we talked about how if you're stressed, it's going to slow down your digestion as well. And so quite a while back, I remember a doctor saying that if you are feeling stressed, then make sure you set the table nicely, put candles on, put on the soft music, and don't eat anything until you're in a relaxed state. So I don't know, we not all of us have time for that. So I don't know if that's a suggestion that everybody could follow. And as nice as that would be, we have to also realize that we're not always going to be able to have this relaxed state around us when we're trying to eat our food, eat our meals. So definitely support your digestion. Probiotics, Opti4Di is really great for supporting your digestion. Alfalfa has a lot of enzymes in it. It's very great as well for supporting digestion. Easy Just is something you could add to help you break down your food better. Apple cider vinegar is excellent. And also adding fresh squeezed lemon to some of your water can also help. And I always say to people, if you're feeling really, really stressed, eat easy. So that's when this something like the Life Shake, which is very easy for your body to digest and absorb, that would be a great thing to do if you're feeling stressed. So where is a great starting point? This is a simple starting pack. It's a foundational health with extra value. This is basically a pack that comes with enough of the protein shake to last you a month, and it comes with a strip of vitamins and an optional mini cleanse as well. So this is a really great place to get started. Now, that strip of vitamins that is included in there includes your multiple vitamin, which is something you need to fill your nutrient gaps, but it also has the extra B and C, the probiotic, extra carotenoids, E's, and omegas. So those are all things that we have touched on, and they will all help support healthier energy and adrenal function. So filling the nutrient gaps is extremely important, and the strip is a very convenient way to do that. And there's also a second pack that is another great choice. And this one does not have the free detox products, but it does have a free immune support product. So there's 2 different options. This one also comes with a month's supply of the shakes and also the month's supply of the vitamins. So this is just a very, very good, simple way to get started. And if you did want to do the healthy cleanse, I really do suggest that, because it's a great way to get your body reset. And the 7-day cleanse helps support detox and healthy digestion, increases mental focus and energy, enhances sleep quality. So many people have said, oh, they slept so much better since they did that cleanse. And it decreases cravings. Now, one of the big reasons is because we're just cutting out all the junk. We're cutting out all the junk, and we're putting that the foundational fuel into your body, and all of a sudden your body knows what to do with it and it's able to work better. So there's a very, again, it seems like a very simple place to start, but it works. The Shaklee difference, we talked a little bit about that already. The reason why I've chosen to use this brand, and I've been with them since 1997, is because of their purity and also the potency in their products. I'm not 100% guaranteed that what I see on the store shelf, that what is on the label is what I'm going to get in that tablet, and I'm also not guaranteed that it's going to be absorbed into my system. This company guarantees that. And again, they do over 3 times the testing that they need to do. And it's because they are so dedicated to their own beyond organic standards and to making sure that their consumer gets a completely pure, potent product. So this company's been around for over 100 years. They made the first multiple vitamin in 1915. They made the first green cleaner in 1960, the first plant-based protein in 1961, the first phosphate-free laundry detergent in 1972. So it's a company with a lot of firsts. They are not followers. They are pioneer and innovators in the nutritional health industry. And they always do the right thing just because it's the right thing to do. So I'm very glad that I've been able to partner with them. They have everything that I need to live a healthier, cleaner life in my home, and I hope that you can see that they have everything that you would need as well, everything for healthy nutrition, weight, beauty, and healthy home. And if for whatever reason you're not 100% satisfied with a product that you've tried, they have a 100% money-back guarantee. So we believe that everyone has the right to thrive and not be exhausted and stressed out and just too tired to enjoy their life. We really want everyone to live a life of energy, meaning, and purpose. And our goal is to be here to help you thrive and not just survive. So I hope that you learned some really great helpful tips from this health chat. And yeah, please, if you have any questions, then please reach out to the person that shared this with you.